Hey everyone, CVA here, bringing you another video, and today we're going to talk about the Columbine Basement Tapes, what they are, where they are, and what they consist of. You guys would not believe how many messages I receive every day on Twitter and Facebook asking me, where are they? Can I watch them? Can you send me a link to the basement tapes? So I'm going to knock all of these questions out in one video, and I'm going to tell you who I think has the tapes today, 2018. So starting at the top, the Columbine Basement Tapes are simply Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold's vlogs. Simple enough, they're vlogs. It is the boys sitting around, either in Eric Harris's basement or Dylan Klebold's room, recording themselves talk. Now, these are not really performance type pieces where they're acting or they have a script. It is just them venting on camera. Yes, they are boasting a little bit to the camera, trying to show off, because they know after the massacre is over, the police, the FBI, and maybe other people will be able to watch these tapes. So this is kind of their final goodbye to the world. They even go to such extent to actually say goodbye to their parents and their close friends, and even issue out their personal stuff to their friends, telling their friends they can have their stuff, having their CDs, having their computers. So it is, in all sense, a vlog. Well, and kind of a will, I guess you could say. It's also noteworthy that the tapes are not just one tape. And I'm sure that Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold did not think of, we're going to make something and they're going to call it the basement tapes. No, these are just home videos of Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold found in their homes after the massacre. So the police busted in the rooms searching for evidence, and they found all these tapes around the room, and they collected them all, and collectively they are called the basement tapes. That's why one of them you'll hear is called the Nixon tape. It's because that tape was actually a school project first, and then the Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, the shooters, took that tape, recorded over it, and just didn't take off the label. All right, so something that's very noteworthy is that the basement tapes only contain Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold. There is no one else in the tapes at all. So now, who has seen the tapes? All of the victims' families were offered the chance to watch the tapes. Some of them took it, some of them did not take it. Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold's parents were allowed to see the tapes. And one family, the Brown family, was able to see the tapes. And I do get some messages. Why was the Brown family allowed to watch the basement tapes? If you've read his book, Brooks Brown's book, which I highly recommend you do, by the way, if you haven't, shame on you. They were so deeply involved in it because they are the ones that told the police that this was on the brink of happening in the first place, because Eric was having the death threats and yada, yada, yada. So they literally just bombarded their way in. I'm going to go in. I'm going to watch it. And they just kind of like pushed their way into the door. And the police were like, fuck it, just let them watch it, which is awesome. First off, that's beast mode. And I would have done the same damn thing. And just for clarification, Brooks Brown did not see the basement tapes. Only his mother and father, Randy and Judy Brown, saw them. So they saw them at the police station. They had a closed-off area with tables and some chairs and the TV on the old 90s roll-in TV. All of this is said in Susan Klebold's book. She goes into detail about the area in which they showed the tapes in. And here's clue number one. The police, I about guarantee you, did not use the original tapes and put it in the VCR and press play. They probably used their copy of it. And here's my proof. Look right here on the screen. Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, tape number 1, 8mm tape. This is proof that they made copies of all these tapes, because the originals were probably pieces of evidence in the crime. They're not going to pull evidence out of the back, open up out of the bag with all the fingerprints on it, take it out and throw it in a VCR and let people watch it. Does that sound like common sense to you guys? I guarantee you they made a copy of it, and the copy of it is what the victims' families and everyone saw that day. So now I'm going to talk about the basement tape audio leak. Rachel Scott's family took in an audio recorder, those little tiny ones, little rectangle ones, and during the showing of the basement tapes, he just pressed play. And he happened to press play right at the time when they said, those two girls sitting next to you probably want you to shut the fuck up too, and said the word Rachel. And he took that as they're talking about his daughter, and that And then the whole conspiracy of the she said yes came into effect, and plus the basement tape leak with the girl's name Rachel being said, it all got wound up and spun out of control into false information. Which is bringing me to my next point. When Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold were talking in the leak, they were not talking about Rachel Scott. Okay? Simple as that. They were not talking about Rachel Scott. They were talking about a different Rachel. And how that leak came about was Rachel Scott's father was talking in his church, and he played the tape for everyone to hear. Let's watch.
It's not real clear, but it is from an audio tape that I taped watching the videotapes several nights ago. So if we could, I'd like to run that piece.
Two girls sitting next to you, they probably want you to shut the fuck up too. These are Rachel and I'm like, fucking crazy shit. You should suck up a little bit. You're probably a little fucking Christianity, godly little whores. What would you do more than I do? I would shoot you in the fucking head. How long is that time you fucking Christian like that asshole?
So there is the only piece of Columbine basement tape evidence that we have. That is it, guys. And shit, we weren't even supposed to have that. But okay, anyways, let's continue on. Okay, now we have talked about who has saw them. We have talked about the leak. Now let's talk about where they are right now. Crimes of that severity, the Federal Bureau of Investigation gets involved, the FBI. And the FBI wants to do their own independent research. It's not like the FBI agents walk into the police station and say, scoot over. That's not how it happens. The FBI wants to do their own individual investigations. So they will take evidence, they will take copies of evidence, they'll make pictures of pictures, they'll make videos of videos. So they clearly took a copy of the basement tapes for their own review. Now, there's no way to be 100% sure they took a copy of the basement tapes, but I have done my research and I have talked to people that have worked in high-level law enforcement, and they said, yes, that the FBI does take copies of surveillance videos, of CCTV footage. They take copies of that for their own archives, for their own records. So saying they took a copy of the basement tapes is not out of the realm of norm, not out of the realm of possibility. So there is the second copy, meaning that there's 3 basement tapes at this time in my scenario. There's the original copy, there's the FBI's copy, and there's the Jefferson County copy. So there's 3. 2 are held at Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, and 1 is with the FBI. So now let's fast forward a little bit to the court cases. So yes, because this did go to court. And for the court cases, there has to be evidence for the trial. The trial had a copy of the basement tapes. Do we know if it was the same copy that Jeffco made to show the families, or can we assume that they just made another copy because Jeffco wants to hold their evidence? Jeffco wants to hold all of their information. They're not just gonna, whore all their information. Here's our records. Here's our 11K. I don't think they're gonna do that. So my opinion, this is my opinion only, my educated guess, they made another copy for evidence for the trial. What trial, CVA? Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold dead? They trying to prosecute dead guys? No, that's not what I'm saying. There was a trial because they sued Jeffco. The victims' families sued Jefferson County. So take that. So that makes 4 copies now. We have the original copy. We have the Jefferson County copy. We have the court case copy. And we have the FBI with their own copy. Okay? So now, fast forward a little bit more. The court case is over. And the judge decides all basement tapes to be destroyed. Congratulations, Judge. You just killed 3 copies of the basement tapes. You killed the originals. You killed Jefferson County's original copy that they made, and the copy in the court for the evidence in the case. So those 3 destroyed. What about the FBI's copy? You think the FBI is going to listen to them? The judge that made the decision to destroy it was a Colorado judge, okay, for the state of Colorado. What state does the FBI work for? No state. That's a government agency. That's the United States government. I will guarantee you, hand on the Bible, my opinion, my wholehearted opinion, Basement tapes still exist. FBI has a copy in their own archives, and we will probably never see them because this reason. The decision was made to destroy the basement tapes because they were too convincing. The basement tapes were too convincing for people that are on the edge or for people that have mental health issues to commit mass murder. The basement tapes showed the viewer how to hide, how to make bombs, how to lie, how and why to do mass shooting. And that is why the judge decided it is too dangerous. Even though the victims' families wanted the tapes to be released so that psychiatrists and detectives and all these different agencies of people can learn from the tapes to help stop future mass shootings. What do I believe in? You know what? You could ask me today, you could ask me tomorrow, and I could give you two different answers. 51% of me wants to see them. 49% thinks I'm scared of the result of insecure people seeing them. So ask me tomorrow, those numbers could flip. I don't know. You know, they let Elliot Rogers' vlogs stay out there online. They let Randy Stair's vlogs stay online. They let Virginia Tech, all these mass shooters, their version of basement tapes are out there. And, you know, I don't know. I'm not saying they helped or didn't help others to be motivated for school shooting. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm just saying they're holding back Columbine, but all of these other ones, they're allowing them to stay out there. So it's kind of redundant at this point. But will we ever see them? No, we won't. Because Jefferson County said all the basement tapes are destroyed. The judge said all the basement tapes are destroyed. All copies, everything is destroyed. But they didn't say anything about the FBI's. Last thing I'm going to say on the Columbine basement tapes is there's a lot of people out there claiming to have audio leaks. And the leaks sound like real grainy and real shitty. And I'm telling you right now, they are all fucking bullshit. There's only one real leak, and that is it. None of these people that, you know, put their phone down and walk outside and yell through the window, that's not a basement tape. That's somebody wanting attention is what it is. And I've made a few videos on my other channel where I've tried my best to debunk these guys, where I have my editing software. I'll crank up the volume. I'll crank down noise. I'll play with the settings. And then, like, one of them, there was a British accent. Like, come on. Enough of this bullshit. If you guys see it, do your part. Dislike the video and report it for spam. Other than that, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. And if you did, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, leave down the comments, give me something to read. True crime community, CVA Army, take care.